Hi there, thank you for joining us for this video. It's good to see you. Today we're going to give you some nutrition tips. We're going to delve into the world of whole foods versus processed foods and how that can relate to your shopping experience and choosing better food choices. So let's start. Now you're probably aware that you should be eating whole foods over processed foods. But what is a whole food? So whole food at the most basic level is a food that is as close to its original state as possible. We know that a banana is a whole food. That is its original state. It hasn't gone through any extra things to make it into this banana. It is a banana. That's a whole food. Another way you can think of whole foods is you can tell what it used to be. You also know that whole foods generally don't come in any packaging. You can walk down the fruit and veg aisle in the supermarket and nothing is packaged in a box. It's just loose or in a basket of 3 or 4 things. There's very little packaging for a whole food. They also don't have labels. There's no nutritional label on this saying it's low fat, higher carb, or whatever it might be. There's no labels for this sort of food. Whole foods also take minimal steps to get to you. There's no processing procedure that they have to go through to get to you. And they also go bad or go off fairly quickly. There's a few days shelf life for a whole food. Now on the flip side of that, we know processed foods have all the opposite characteristics. You can't recognize what it used to be. So a loaf of bread looks completely different to the original state of that food. Now processed foods do come in boxes and packages, and they're usually down the center of the supermarket, down those center aisles. Processed foods also have multi-ingredient labels, most of which you can barely pronounce. Processed foods take lots of steps to get to you. There's a process they have to go through before they end up at the supermarket and in your cupboard. And processed foods will keep and store for a long time. So why eat whole foods? Well, whole foods are going to give you more vitamins, minerals and nutrients, which is going to in return help you feel good, look better and perform better. You'll have better general mood, you'll feel fuller for longer, you'll probably binge eat less of those unfavorable processed foods we've been talking about. Whole foods also work together to get the most out of those foods. Now when you start eating whole foods, you'll probably find your taste buds will actually start to adapt to taste better. You'll start to prefer actual whole strawberries rather than a strawberry milkshake, which tastes completely different. A good way to remember this is in a supermarket, the outer edge is generally whole foods. Down the middle is where you're going to find the processed, boxed and packaged foods. When you walk through the door is generally the fruit and veg. Spend your time there, stock up, add more of those things in and see how you get on. As always, thank you for joining us. If you've got any questions about nutrition or how you can get the most out of it, please drop us a message and we'd love to help. Our job is to help you guys live a fitter, fuller life through fitness. Have a great day and we'll see you soon.